Hello everyone. Well, this is going to be an interesting episode because we've got two special guests today with us. So, for the first time ever, because, it was actually pretty fun hearing about JayWolf having, being on the Raiders Rambles, but unfortunately I was not able to make yesterday's episode because of my health reasons and I decided to take a break. But anyways, for the first time ever on my show, though, we welcome JayWolf. So, how are you doing today?
I am doing good. I may sound a little tired. I woke up just a couple minutes ago, but yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you, Red, for having me here. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah. So, how was your experience on yesterday's show? I did watch a little bit of it.
It was definitely fun. I really enjoyed it. Being on it for the very first time, and also talking about certain topics and also learning some things too. And yeah, it was a really great experience, and glad to say that it was so welcoming and yeah.
Well, it's good though. At least, it was pretty good. But I will say one thing though, to everyone out there that also watches both this and the Raiders Rambles, I will be back next week. So, hopefully, if anyone missed the bells, here you go. And of course, we have back again. We have Allie again.
Hi everyone.
Such a good puppy. I can't resist saying that. I don't know why.
Oh, I am not good, and you know I'm such a bratty pup.
So how
Well,
is it?
we
So how good did you two have on yesterday's episode, anyways?
Um, okay, so like I'm trying to whenever I go on more episodes from now on, I'm trying to turn down the cringe a bit because I don't want I don't want like some family members ending up finding that shit and them cringing at my older episodes that I was on. So yeah, I'm not ashamed for being cringy, but I'm a bit ashamed of it for that reason. But yeah, it's okay.
hmm.
It's fine. I'm not seeing any cringe though. See, that's the thing. I'm not finding any cringe. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, hold on. We got a live comment here from above. Let's see. The next crossing bell I'm getting. Well, I'm kind of taking a break from that because I have maybe near 50 different bells, I think. So, and what I actually did was what you actually heard in the background. Those actually four bells all at once. So, of course, I'm gonna be doing that on every week. Of course, just it's just my tradition because I like to be different. But let's get on to today's show because we've got we're basically gonna stick on the topic of gaming today because there's so much gaming out there these days, right, guys?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just gonna be sitting I only know a little bit about video games, and I'm just gonna be sitting here like a dumb, confused doggo while they're both talking about video games like some fucking expert. I'm gonna be like, the fuck? What?
Well, it's not you don't have to worry about it though because not everyone likes games anyways. I guess it just all depends on what you play or just like what you do. Which speaking of what you do, I wanted to bring up the fact that before we started the show, Allie, you're actually now doing art commissions now. Is that right?
Yes, I am. Okay, yeah, I do want to make an announcement on that. I am doing art commissions. I only do furry and sorry, I only do feral and anthro furry art commissions. Any kind of artwork of that is for $10 each. Um, Payment options are Cash App and Venmo. I'll give you more information on my Telegram. My Telegram user is Mighty's Simp LOL with all lowercase. Um,
I'm sorry, but that's
yeah,
what happens when you're a puppy. I mean,
yeah, yeah, but yeah, y'all know what my username on Telegram is now. Like, just so if y'all want to DM me for more information about that, I'll give y'all like examples of my artwork to see if you like it or not. And if you do like it, you can just go on ahead and pay me, and I'll be sure to get through with your artwork as soon as I can. Because I do draw quickly while keeping it like neat as well. So like yeah, and also I'm trying to make money for free for all, while also trying to save up money for free for all as well. So like yeah,
so let's see. Hold on here. I've got another live comment from Wolf Ford. Thoughts about some of the new games? Well, I do play some of the newer ones, and throughout the years they keep upgrading the graphics and a lot of that, making it look more modern. And to be honest, some of the newer games are not as bad. But here's actually a true fact, and you could actually do research on this. We wouldn't have any of these newer games if it wasn't for the original games that came out back then. That was kind of like the foundation for some of these newer games. It's kind of like one of our topics that me and Jay are going to be talking about is Diablo 2 Resurrection that actually was recently re-released actually. That game came out back in 2001, I think, right? Was it 2001? Or was it
I believe
2000?
so.
I think it was 2000, but that game being re-released, it's 21 years old, and it's just like a timeless game. It's just like all they've done was modernized it, and me and Jay actually play it all the time now. And I mean, what do you think about the newer graphics, Jay?
To me, I find it amazing and beautiful. Actually, I mean, especially the game being a childhood game of mine. And me and my dad saw the trailer for it, and we were both hyped about it, and we're like, "Wow, this looks a lot of fun," and we're gonna live our childhood again.
Yeah, just in modern times. Because when
Right.
I first heard about this through a friend of mine who actually works for Blizzard. That's how I found out about this before it was even announced. And for me, I've played all the Diablos in the series. Especially the first one, Hellfire. Oh my god, I think everyone remembers that one, right?
You know what? To be honest, I actually never played the very first one. It's always been two for me.
Well, the first one is how we got that original phrase, "The sanctity of this place has been fouled." That's how we got that phrase.
Hmm. And
But of course,
and also, of course, I had played Diablo 3 as well, and that one was fun. I mean, it was still
a lot different,
good.
wasn't it?
Yeah, but at the same time, though, I mean, I must say, like, I feel like Diablo 3 is more easier to play. Like, it's not as frustrating, and it's easy to get good gear and stuff like that for your character. Where in Diablo 2, it just drops everything, like, everything for all characters. And it's like, you get an item that's not for you.
Yeah, but I kind of like what this new Resurrection update is. Now you have this new shared inventory now.
Yeah, yeah. I noticed that too when I was playing the beta, and I was like, "Oh, that's nice." No longer have to create a game and go back into it just to give your the characters items and stuff like that. Yeah, that's an awesome feature.
Yeah, speaking of that though, let me see if I can bring this up real quick. Like Jay, like here's the thing that's also interesting that me and Jay have talked about that all of us have actually discovered is that there's actually differences between the PC version of Resurrection and the what do you play it on the mobile version, I think, right?
No, I play on console,
On console, which one? Switch, I think.
Xbox One.
Xbox One. There's actually a little bit of a difference actually between the two. We've actually discovered that, which is kind of interesting because you would think for all platforms you would get all the perks, right?
Yeah, I mean, I thought so. I mean, when you mentioned
Because
that one thing.
the one thing that really interests me about the PC version, and about to bring this up right now. Give me a second here. Is that the PC version you could actually switch between the old and the new graphics. See, like you can see the old graphics. You remember this, Jay, right? Way back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they actually call it legacy graphics. Actually, that's the name of it because it was 2000. This was actually a good game at the time, which it still is. But you can see the difference between like the old graphics back then. You can see like all the cartoon blood, right?
Right. Yeah.
But then on the newer one, look at how cleaned up it looks.
Give it a second. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, you could definitely see like all the detail and how beautiful it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty nice what they've done to this game. I mean, I know, Ali, you don't play this game, but what do you think about the details of the newer graphics?
Okay, the graphics are good, but before I looked at them, I looked at the red and blue orb, and my dumbass is like, "Ooh, shiny orbs."
Well, their orbs are like, I guess you could say life in mana balls. I guess.
I
You
know.
could you could kind of make fun of it, but like throughout the journey that me and Jay have been playing, because you're apparently stuck on Act 3, right?
Yes. I'm currently on Act 3 with my druid.
Oh, Act 3, I hate to say this, I think Act 3 was one of the biggest pains in the asses act, because you had to find all the items.
I mean, I'm sorry though. I'm a dumbass dog. What the fuck do you expect?
Oh, you're good, but I'm gonna scroll through some of these screenshots that I've been taking, like the Arcane Sanctuary. Oh my god! Hey Jay, have you noticed how in the Arcane Sanctuary the floors are now like nice and shiny now?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I even have a screenshot of when you put it back to the legacy graphics. It didn't look that good back then, did it?
No, not really. Yeah.
But I still love the way how they designed it though. And then you start off right smack in the middle of it. Because remember, there's 4 different directions. You gotta find the right way.
Yeah, and not just that. I did this one with my druid, and with my druid, he's a summoner, so I use wolves and stuff like that. And man, that level was a pain in the butt. I mean, I had to get in certain places in certain areas so my wolves can get in there and fight and stuff like that. Like,
The
it was
Arcade
really
Sanctuary.
frustrating.
Oh, don't forget about that one path that has the teleporters. Oh my god, I hated that.
Yeah. Yep.
That was the worst. Let me see, what other screenshots did I take? Of course, that's when you actually killed the summoner. Even that looks cooler now, doesn't it?
Let's see. Did you have it on the? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, when you see the glowing glyphs. I mean, oh my god, it just looks a lot better now, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, and then of course you notice they still kept the same design in the middle, of course, with all the glowing glyphs.
Yep.
Let me see, what else do I have screenshots of? And of course, that's the older version. You can see the difference between the old and the new, right? They did keep the same design, of course, which I'm kind of glad they did. But of course, don't forget about there's actually a hidden fact that you probably knew about or remember, that some of the stuff in Diablo 2 did make some NSFW jokes. I don't know if you remember that.
I'm probably not aware of that actually.
You don't? Oh my god! There's even this one part where this one character actually says, literally, this is what he says: "Horizon's urinal."
Which hero said that?
No, actually, it wasn't a hero. It was one of the town's characters in the second act, the desert act.
Oh dang it!
It was actually a hidden joke that they put in there.
I probably haven't heard that actually. I mean, or maybe it's just been a while.
It probably has, but let me see. What other screenshots did I take? Yeah, here it is. See, he actually said Horizon's urinal. Like, I will zoom this in on this real quick. Hold on here. Can you see it? It was actually a hidden NSFW joke in this. And when they put this in the original game, everyone laughed their asses off when they first heard this. Funny, it's funny as hell, isn't it?
Wow.
But you see that for yourself.
You know
But
what?
let me see, what else?
You know what? I probably never noticed that actually.
Oh, the other good character I happen to like is also the Necromancer, because the skeletons that he raises, I mean, doesn't that look more real now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course. Let me see, what else do I have on here? I'm just going through all the screenshots that I have so far that I've been playing, because I have 4 different characters I'm working on. I mean, some of the stuff... Oh, even the original Tristram looks... You know, here's the thing. The original Tristram kind of looks like the one in Diablo 3 now. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
They
It
actually
does,
kind of
actually.
based it off of number 3, which is kind of cool, actually, because at the same time, it's like, you know, doing a tribute to number 3, but also it's still a throwback. It's just like both worlds mixed into one.
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
honestly, the Diablo series reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons for some reason. Like, which is cool. I actually have played Dungeons and Dragons before. It was complicated as shit to me, but like, it was still cool.
Yeah. Oh, even when you go to Travancore, remember that's actually in Act 3. I know you're not there yet, but you could definitely see the difference between the new graphics, and then you remember this back then, right?
Yeah, kind of. This is where usually my dad or friends of mine would rush me to, like, you know, we go here, we grab something, and we just get out.
Yeah, but this was a pain in the ass. That was always hard. But yeah, and then some of the Portal... You know, the other thing I will bring up that I brought up in the pre-show, Portal graphics looks a lot better.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty.
let me see if I can... Yeah, let me see. You can really see the details in this, right? Even Allie, I mean, what do you think, Allie, about the Portal graphics?
Yep.
They're cool. they're I don't know what to say. They're cool.
Yeah, but the other thing I've noticed also, Jay, is like, did you notice they also put the symbols in that room now?
Oh yeah. That was.
Yeah, it was back then. It was just the portal by itself. It didn't have all these symbols back then.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
They added that, which is kind of cool. So let me see what else. Of course, for rejuvenations, you always need to stock up on those. Always, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know, Allie. I know Allie is like, what the hell are we talking about? But isn't that funny how they actually use purple as a color in this game?
I mean, they always been purple to me.
I know.
I'm just
Well,
gonna pretend like I know.
yeah, but I mean, it's kind of cool because think about it: red life, blue mana, 100% of each. You get purple. It makes sense. It was kind of genius.
Oh, you know what? I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
remember
was
red and blue
um
mix purple.
oh yeah, I kind of
Um,
forgot about that actually.
my
I
my
I,
nigga.
I always took 3 reducing potions, and I make them into a full. That's how I usually do it.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
so,
yeah,
I'm sorry for.
but you can see even the potion graphics. If I zoom in on it, that looks a lot more real, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they kept the same design. It's just a bit of an upgrade, but it's the exact same shape as the original ones.
Right, can I
It's
say a
just
stupid joke?
go for it.
Okay, okay. So Jay, before I do, I apologize for interrupting. I didn't mean to interrupt. But like, okay, so whenever you said that the red and blue makes it purple, since your theme color is red and my favorite color is blue, we basically would make purple. Get it?
I get it. Oh, and
I just,
also
I
too,
under-
I know, Jay, you haven't gotten to this act yet, but look at how the Chaos Sanctuary looks now. It looks a lot more different, doesn't it?
It definitely looks more detailed. I know that.
Yeah, even the map looks more detailed. But let me get back
yeah,
to
it's
this though.
cool.
But I think so far is like it's pretty interesting though. I think overall though, I think once you get to Act 4, of course, I mean, it's so funny because in Act 4, you're literally going to hell. Literally. It's funny.
And to fight the devil himself.
Yeah, Diablo
I
is actually devil in Spanish. I mean, that's actually a real thing. Go figure. How'd they come up with the
Yep.
name?
yeah.
Yep.
But, the other thing I really want to bring up is, just for, since we're still on the gaming topic for this, for Diablo, is I'm interested to see about Diablo 4. I wonder how that's gonna go.
Oh yeah, I remember watching some shows on that one. Yeah.
How do you think that's gonna be? Because it's gonna be a brand new storyline, and I notice each one has been continuing off the previous one. Like for number one, of course, that's how you got number two because Tristram was ruined. Of course, for number two, because of the Soul Stone, that's how you got number three, of course. But I don't know how they're gonna be continuing the story off number three.
And not just that. In Diablo 3, when you fight the Reaper, I mean, he got destroyed with the Soul Stone. So, you know
Yeah, and that
how.
gets destroyed again. So, hmm.
So I mean, I guess I could say like so how is Diablo gonna come back this time? you know.
I know, because you notice he comes back in different ways so far. You've noticed that.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty interesting, though.
And not just that. I'm pretty sure all the other lords of hell are already killed and destroyed. Like you got Andariel, Dariel, Mephisto, Diablo, Baal. Then you have Belial, Asmodan.
Yeah, that's the thing is they did change it up for number three for the main the boss battles.
Yeah.
That was definitely a change up, but you notice every time you're always gonna face Diablo no matter what.
Mm.
But what I find interesting is in how in Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, of course, that was the original expansion set that they came out with, that the last boss was actually Baal, not Diablo.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more interesting and stuff, but let's see. I'm just reading the live comments as we're going. Let's see. Aiden Elliott. Oh, he's saying what is going on. Oh, we're just talking about the Diablo series right now because me and Jay actually play it, and this was like more of like a gaming episode because we've been finding the Diablo series interesting because like I think what Diablo the first one didn't that come out back in the 90s I think.
I have no idea. I mean, again, I never played the first one.
Well, you think they're ever gonna do you think they're ever gonna remaster the first one though?
Possibility, maybe.
Yeah, that is a giant question, actually. Let's see them try to remaster the first Diablo. I think it's possible because, if they manage to remaster something from 2000, they should be able to remaster something from the 90s.
Yeah, but you know what? Something actually just came to mind. There's and it is pretty common for other gamers out there, and some people do say like I'd rather have a remake instead of a remaster, because remaster is just same game but with better graphics and more detail and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, some people would rather have like a remake, you know.
That's true. I mean, what would you say this Diablo 2 Resurrection is? More of a remaster or a remake? What do you think? Because they did change things up.
I mean, I guess I haven't seen anything really different. I mean, it looks the same to me so far,
Well, don't forget they also changed the inventory stuff. That's one of the things they did change.
Oh, yeah. You're
So
right.
it's not. See, that's the thing is, it's not exactly a remaster. It's more of like a remake because they did change some slight things in it now. Just slight. They're tiny though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But I have to admit though, they did do a hell of a job with it. Especially since now that you can just play this on console, not just on the PC. But I think it just really sucks though how it's only on the PC version where you get to see everything from both the new graphics and the old remastered graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, it is amazing to me how this was just a PC game, and now we're in a generation where it's now on console now. I mean, to me, that's really amazing.
I don't know how they were able to do that. It's kind of like, but remember though, Blizzard has been having its problems because remember when they actually came out with the Diablo 3 for console, all they did was just call it Diablo Immortal, even though it's just the same damn thing. Everyone got pissed off at Blizzard for that.
Mm.
And they said it was supposed to be a new game, even though it's the exact same thing. It's like, why are you gonna sell something that's just the exact same thing as the PC version? I mean, isn't that kind of stupid?
Yeah.
When they actually announced that at BlizzCon for Diablo Immortal, everyone got pissed. Everyone thought that was going to be the release of Diablo 4 at that time too.
But no, I mean, we saw the trailer and it's just Diablo 4.
Yeah. I know, it's like, what the hell? It's like, they literally pissed off everyone back then. It was a disappointment. But Diablo 2 Resurrection is not a disappointment, without a doubt. I mean, holy shit. I do like some of the more gory stuff in it too. It makes it more interesting because it's modernized now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hold on here. We've got some good live comments here real quick. So, let's check out what Thipper said. Remastered/enhanced games are great for nostalgia purposes, especially when the game is already solid. Well, Diablo 2 by itself has been pretty solid if it's stood its time for over 20 years. That's 2 decades it's stood its time, that people still play it. And here's actually another interesting fact, Jay, that you're actually going to be happy about. Blizzard themselves decided to actually keep the original servers still open for the original Diablo 2 game. Did you know that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I already knew that, and knew that the original servers were still going to be up today.
I know, but how did they keep the original servers for over 20 years still up? It's like, then they have updates over the years, of course.
I mean, it's a very, very popular game.
Timeless. I mean, it stood its test, and with this new remaster, who knows what could be happening in the next 20 years from now to this game. I mean, a lot of people are going back to it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of glad that this game has been, kind of remade in a way. It's better. It's not as crappy anymore. And,
Well, I mean, unfortunately for the online aspect, I mean, it's like every time I walk outside of town, it just cuts.
I know that the thing is, apparently they're having a lot of server issues because you're not the only one that's having that issue. I've had a couple of friends complain about that issue. I've been having that same issue. So I've been having to do offline characters, which is good that they kept that feature in because that was in the original too.
What was actually pretty upsetting though, during the beta, I don't think that was a thing. Playing offline mode. I mean, you were forced to play online, and even I had a couple crashes from there when I was playing on the beta.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like the beta testing. I even tried it myself. I was like, oh god, if they keep this online again, it's not gonna work. But yeah, you know what?
But I
But
mean,
yeah,
it definitely brings back the memories where if I was playing on the PC version, I would run like Triss runs, Talrasha runs, and get experience and level up and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, sometimes
um,
you have to do that. That's what I like, is sometimes you can go back to really build up your characters, which I have done that myself too. Of course,
yeah,
you know which
yeah.
one. Of course, you know which one I always go after.
The Bale runs or Diablo.
No, you'd be amazed at what you can get when you keep doing the Countess runs because you keep getting runes out of that. Remember?
Oh yes, a good one is the Forgotten Tower. That's usually where we do
Yep,
our run
that's where
runs at.
the Countess is. That was a
Yep.
good one. I mean, it is kind of fun though doing it at first though. Because remember all the treasures you get in that room.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good way to get some good gear and pick them up and sell them and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I also find interesting that let's see here. How do I put this though? Have you actually like? I've noticed they kept like the item stuff kind of like the same, of course. Like the magic and then rare and like super rare and then the set items, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course, you remember the legendary items. There's the stuff that has like the gold letters.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you happen to find any of that yet in this new one?
You know what? My dad actually, he was playing one of his characters, and I was watching him, and he literally had a ring, and it said 7% a better magic find, and he was doing the Black Marsh or the Forgotten Tower and doing Andariel, and he did that like 3 times in a row, and all those 3 times he got one gold item. I was like, what? What's going on here?
I've already found 4 gold items and the well legendary items, of course, as we like to say, and of course I've also found 4 set items already too.
Dang, I'm sitting here like what the heck? Why are you getting such good gear now? That's
Well,
unfair.
the funny thing is, one of the legendary items that I found actually gives you a 100% chance to find magic items.
Oh wait. Let me guess. Is it a dagger?
Yep, and that's how I got the other gold items.
I know which dagger you're talking about. I actually used to have that dagger actually when I played on the original. My druid had it.
Well, it was a good dagger though. It was good because remember it actually had upped your weapon damage too. Remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The only downside is it gave you -5 to your mana, but that was it.
Mm.
There wasn't really much of a downside though.
And not just that. As of right now, my druid right now, he actually has a pair of gloves that has 50% better magic find. But still, though, I mean, I do these runs, and I don't get much. I mean, even my verse freaking Dariel, he always drops blue items. Like, what the heck? Seriously, it's always and Dariel, she's usually dropping yellow and sometimes a gold or a green. Sometimes.
And don't forget, she's also dropped high end gems too.
Yeah, like the skulls and the
Yeah,
and the gems.
like pure straight up regular skulls, not chip skulls.
Yep.
Now, being on this topic, I'm sorry, Allie, that this is just like, this is one thing that we could talk about all day on, but I've already gotten 3 perfect gems. How many have you found so far?
The highest I got so far is a flawless diamond and a flawless skull. That's all I got so far.
Ooh. Let's see, I think I have the perfect diamond, perfect emerald, and perfect amethyst.
But I mean, I do have others though. I mean, I have some other gems that are like just regulars, and
Oh yeah, I mean, and then the other thing I always like to save are the runes, of course, because of the different rune words.
Yep.
I think
Mighty,
the highest. Yeah,
oh,
what is it?
sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry. So you may have perfect diamonds or whatever, but you know what's also something perfect that you have?
Hmm.
A puppy.
You just had to bring that up. Oh, goodness gracious. But, speaking of the runes, though, going back to that, it's interesting knowing how the rune words go, right?
Yep. I
I
mean,
think so far,
I actually I don't know much for ruin words, and to put them on items or weapons. Like the most common one I know is a four-socketed polearm or spear, and you put in Rao Tir Tao Soul. Like that's the most
yeah,
common one
which,
I know.
and so far I did find I actually did make a soul rune. That's the highest one I have so far.
Oh, nice.
It's just weird the way how the lettering goes. It goes like, I think it was like L, L, oh god, it's just, there's so many damn runes. I know the highest one is a Zod rune.
If I remember correctly, the highest one I have right now, it's called Ort. That's the highest one I have so
Yeah,
far.
Ort is pretty high because you could actually figure out like an unknown fact is you could actually figure out the level of the rune based on the level requirements. Like if the level requirements are higher, then you have a higher ass rune.
Yep.
This is pretty interesting though.
Is that an ambulance in the background?
Yeah, because I live next to the highway.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the only downside to that. But I think this has been a pretty good episode today. So what do you think? Like, any final thoughts on Diablo 2 Resurrection, Jay?
I still have quite a ways to go, and still got a lot of gameplay in me. So I am looking forward to many more. Hopefully they will, or Blizzard. Hopefully they'll fix the online situation, and hopefully
Yeah, we
I'll
could do
have.
multiplayer. You and me.
Well, I mean, we got to figure it out though. I mean, because you're on
Yeah,
PC and I'm on console, so we got to figure it out.
because I know
And
some games
hopefully,
do. Some games are cross-platform, but I'm not too sure about this one. We'll figure it out by the sooner or later.
or hopefully, they will make it possible for all that stuff, because I said this before, like if you play like Modern Warfare, Warzone, like you will come across PC users. So if that's possible, why not bring that over here to Diablo?
Yeah, it's kind of like that other famous mobile game, Among Us.
Oh yeah, Among Us.
Yeah, that was actually, you could actually play that cross-platform between, I think, the Steam version and like any online app or something like that.
Mighty, I guess you can say I'm a little sus.
Don't be so
Why?
sus. We will
Never.
vote your ass out.
No.
Why is it because red is red? He's sus.
No,
Hey.
I would be sus.
But anyways, yeah, we'll figure out if we can do the cross-platform once they get their shit together, because Blizzard has been still receiving a lot of complaints from a lot of people.
Especially with the whole especially with the whole sexual harassment on women that were
Yeah, and some of their offices are in China. Gee.
I mean,
Is
I
this
mean, I went off all fucking SJW on that show because of that reason.
I'm not surprised though. See, that's the thing is I'm not surprised.
How come?
Well, because I don't stand for any of the sexual harassment shit either.
I mean, of course you wouldn't, but like, it's just like, I don't know. Foxer probably would have made a joke about it or some like that. I know he's not a dick or anything like that. Like, I don't think he is the dick. It's just, I just believe he would make a joke about something like that if he was in the group chat of that episode. I mean, like,
Well, I'm still trying to see if I can get him onto my show, perhaps.
Oh,
I get,
that'd be fun.
I think that would. I don't know how that's gonna go though, because I usually like to do like topics that people like to talk about.
like, I don't know, like I'm not doubting that you would. It's just I'm doubting that in general because he only goes on his show, but it's not a lot of times he does it.
I know. Well, yeah,
Well,
this is
well,
very interesting though.
I mean, at the same time, though, I mean, he is a really busy man, so
Yeah. The funny thing is, he's one of the people that I simp over. Mighty's on top of the list of the simp list, but like Boxer's in second place.
Oh my god, though. That could be something interesting. But anyways, Allie, going back to you though on this, because you've been on my show and I've asked you the tough questions before, as you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jay knows where this is going.
Yeah, now it's your turn, Jay. Now it's your turn for the cult questions to join our cult.
It's not a
Well,
cult.
wait, what?
It's not a cult. I mean, this is like I like to do this so like people get to know you a little bit better, to know that that you're friendly, that you won't bite. You know what I mean?
Well, it is now. It's a satanic cult now. You're welcome.
Oh
No,
god.
no. Satan can stay behind me at all times.
Yeah, but anyways, so Jay, real quick, so this is just this is like easy, it's not anything personal anyways, because you've probably seen or heard some of my previous episodes, that I don't usually ask anything too personal. So, I know you from two groups, of course, the Raiders, and what was that other one again? There was what was it? Wasn't it like the religious furry group, I think?
The Faithful Verse.
Yeah. The reason why I'm actually part of that is because I actually know that owner personally, who actually is the main leader of another group that I'm in that you probably don't know about. That's actually called the Common Sense Furs. We're all right side anyways.
Oh, okay.
So you're actually on the right side of history anyways. So I will tell you that. So let me ask you this though, because I know you're kind of somewhat new in the Raiders, right?
I've been in there for since August, around the first week of August, I think.
So still getting around the things, right? Somewhat new.
I mean, kind of, I guess.
So what was like your first impression on the group?
It was I say I did feel quite welcome and seemed pretty positive, and Foxer started messaging me and talking to me and stuff like that, and yeah, I mean it. I can't really complain, to be honest.
Yeah, like I know a lot of people think the Raiders are bad, but everyone that I've interviewed so far, everyone has given all positive feedback.
Yes.
I mean, I mean, if you want, I mean, I could give more detail if you want.
That's up to you, though. But this is just like a simple thing, because I'm really putting the word out there that the furry raiders are not a bad group at all. That's kind of like one of the messages I am getting out there to people.
Right? Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to ask, and this one's just a tiny bit personal, but this one I like to ask everyone on. It's an easy one though.
All right.
What was your first impression when we first met? I know that's a tough question, isn't it?
I mean, it was nice to talk to somebody new. I mean, I'll say that, and um, it's nice to know that you're also kind of like-minded like me. So
Although some people have called me crazy, though. Maybe I am just a little bit crazy.
Yeah, you're especially crazy whenever you have that response of what you first thought about me.
I will not go back to that.
Yeah, I know you won't, because you know what I'm talking about. I'm not mad at you, but like, it's just funny.
Oh dear God. But anyways, the other thing I also wanted to ask you, Jay, is like this is the most like simple, easiest question ever.
All right.
So like, of course when we first met, of course, things were going pretty good. I think we're still going. I think we've definitely got a little bit of a bond, if you know what I mean. Just a little bit of a friendship bond.
I mean, I say we're good friends.
Yeah, especially since we both play the same game, and that's basically kind of both of our childhoods, kind of.
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, if you don't mind me saying, we're both wolves of faith, and
Yeah, gotta keep the faith, especially in these times right now. These times are very tough.
oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, boy. Okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna ask this, even though I normally do not get political. Please tell me you're keeping the faith in our former president.
I mean, I'm actually the kind of person who says this. I don't really care who is president. I mean, um, I know someone and believe is someone who's always above all and always wears the crown. And um, even though, I mean, I do try to pray for him, and hopefully, he does the right things for our country and stuff like that. But I mean, again, still, I don't really care who is president, to be honest. And um, I'm pretty sure you know this. I mean, usually I don't really get into politics. I usually stay far away from it. I just mostly, focus on me and what's going on today, and because the political wise, it can be very hard to talk about, and it can cause fights, and I don't want to come to that.
It's very unfortunate, but the other thing I will mention just real quick is that unfortunately sometimes political shit can get in the way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's
That's the only reason
unfortunate.
why I
Yeah.
bring this up. But let's just hope for the best for the rest of this year for 2021, because we all know 2020 was the worst year ever.
Exactly. I am so tired of this shit in general because, like, it's just politics and everything. And, like, whenever, like, okay, so whenever I just whenever I talk to an SJW person, I'm like, hey, like when it comes to politics, I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle road. Whenever I'm in the middle of the road, whenever it comes to politics, I think both left and right have some beneficial things, but then the fucking SJW will just say that, oh, I'm a racist or some shit like that for supporting somewhat the right. I'm like, fuck you. Like, really? Because, like, being neutral, like, I rather be neutral about politics. I'd rather be in the middle because I don't know what's true or not true. That's why being in the middle is best for me. I just hate how SJW people get like that. Like, shit.
Yeah, it's a shame what's happened to our society, but all we can do is just hope for the best right now. Hope and pray for the best.
Yep. And I like to say, like, as a Christian, it's our calling, to be the light of the world and be a good example and be Christ-like.
Light the world, get rid of the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I can say though that I think because you both of you already know what I do. I can literally light up the world though. In a way, I do. So it works.
Yeah, with your whole collection of lights, like with your like lights that you fucking collect, like they're action figures or some shit like that.
Yeah, but it's better to have the real thing though. So I know some things are good as toys, but like sometimes it's better to have the real thing.
Uh, um, toys. I, my mind.
I think I know. Yeah, I know where you're going. Since you're a puppy, you like your toys.
No, 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 not no, 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 not not you toys. I mean, toys. You,
Oh, toys. Okay, got it.
my mind fucking went there as soon as you said that word. I don't know why. It just did.
Well, what do you expect? But anyways, we're heading towards the end of the episode, and I think what this week has been pretty good. I mean, Jay, I saw part of what you did on the Raiders Rambles. You did good. I appreciate that. I'm hoping that we could. Of course, I will be back on that next week. Are you going to be joining me next week too?
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
Hey, we'll all be on next week's show, hopefully. Right, Allie?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be available for next week's show.
Yeah, for next week, both hopefully Friday and Saturday, because I think, I guess it all depends on the time zone for the person. That's why sometimes I do either Friday nights or Saturday mornings. It depends on who I have.
And Saturday mornings are like best for me because like it's actually it actually it's actually 1 or 2 in the afternoon for me whenever you start
Yeah.
podcasts on Saturday mornings.
Yes, well, I only call it morning because it's still morning over here, because, I
Yeah,
started originally at 8 a.m. my time.
like it's better than me waiting at fuck. It's better than me waiting at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think you discovered that from the first time you were on the show. You were, like, dead tired. Yeah, gotta remind myself not to do that again, but, anyways, since we're reaching towards the end of today's show, any final thoughts, Jay?
I would like to say thank you so much for having me on your show. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate the opportunity. Definitely great talk too. I mean, definitely great topic. It was really nice, and hopefully in the future I could be with you again.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, Ellie, you can say what are your final thoughts on this? This week in general.
I thought it was interesting, but like, yeah, Jay, I hope you were comfortable. I hope you were comfortable and confident with being on the Raiders Rambles the first time, and I'm hoping that you were confident and comfortable with being on this show the first time. Like, and I'm glad, and me and Mighty are glad that we got to have you on here.
Yeah.
Well,
Eventually,
I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. and
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it. I guess I could say like there were some moments where I kind of had a like kind of like what's the word I'm trying to say like kind of get like a little warmed up, during the podcast, but eventually I did really good. Yeah.
Yeah, on my first time ever, before I met you guys, you should see my first episode on the Raiders Rambles. I think it was the episode called Peter Pansexual. That was my first debut. I was like nervous as fuck. I was like a nervous wreck at that time. I really was. But, I'm glad that everything's turned out great this week. And, for all you guys out there, have a great weekend. Tomorrow's going to be Sunday, the holy day. Of course, are you going to go to church, of course, Jay?
Yeah, more likely.
More likely, yeah. I mean, I know I don't like asking that, but you know what? Sunday's usually a holy day, which it always is, of course.
Like, oh my god, like, I'm a Christian myself, and I don't even go to church anymore. I used to go to church a lot when I was a kid, but me and my family just stopped going, and like, I haven't went since then because like I just been too fucking lazy. Like I don't know, like shit.
Well, you don't have. Well, I mean, sometimes you really don't have to go to church to really, practice your faith. Sometimes.
No, absolutely not. And again, I mean, I said this to you guys before, like, the church, it's just a building itself. But I mean, it is nice to still go and gather and share your faith with others. Yes, it's good and all, but the real church is us. Like, we are the real church. Our bodies and
Yeah, we are the disciples.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, like I'm aware that I don't have to go to church for it, but like I just kind of feel bad that I keep like for getting to, or I don't have enough motivation to. Like, yeah.
That's perfectly fine though. But anyways, I am glad to have you back again, Ellie. And it's good to see you for the first time on this show ever, Jay.
Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
So, anyways, I will try to figure out what's going to be happening for next week. We're all probably going to be most likely be back on the Raiders Rambles, and maybe we could give a live update on that. I don't know if that's going to be allowed or not. That would be a cool thing if all three of us are actually on next week's, which I think most likely probably will.
Oh, dude, that'd be a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, it's like I said, I needed some time to rest yesterday because I've been having a really, really rough week.
Yeah. We totally respect that, and I'm glad that you got your rest to refuel on your mental health and everything, which is very good. And like I said before we started the podcast, if you're not loved in real life, just know that you are loved by us, by the Furry Raiders.
I mean, definitely. Speaking of that, hold on. I got one more funny comment that just came up. It was, of course, by Thipper, of course. By fuzzy people who live in my computer screen. Oh. Just you wait. Oh, Thipper, I will drag your ass to the show. I will try to drag your ass maybe next week. Just you wait. Alright, well, thanks a lot for watching, whoever watched, and whoever's going to be watching this in the future. And, yeah, one last thing.
I'm sorry, but could I give one more announcement about the art commission?
Go for it.
Yeah, I apologize for interrupting Mighty, but yeah, I just would like to give one more announcement about the art commissioning that I'm doing. If anyone didn't listen at the beginning, so you can talk to me about more information on that on through my user on Telegram. My user is Mighty's Simp, LL with all lowercase letters. Um, like, yeah, I just like that's just the last announcement on that. But like, yeah, I'm sorry for stuttering. Oh my god.
Yeah. Hold on here.
You're
Give me a
not
second here.
you're not.
Before we go, I will
Oh, sorry.
but yeah, this will be the banner. See, this is actually that's their username, right?
Yeah, that's
See,
correct.
I know how to do this. But yeah, go follow Allie if you can. Try some commissions from her. It's definitely well worth it. I've got a couple artworks myself. It's well worth it. It's very good. It's all what do you use? Colored pencil, paper, of course. It's all traditional, of course, not digital.
Yeah, I used to do digital, but like I really don't like I'm not that much into art anymore like I used to, so I just stick with digital. I mean, so I just stick with traditional art, and I just use simple cartoon animal sort of like features as my art style because that's just quicker and easier for me to draw while it still looks good at the same time.
It's
Um,
definitely good though. But
yeah,
anyways,
especially
yeah, thank you so much, Allie, for
yeah.
actually sharing that. Of course, that's why I decided to put that on there. So, if anyone in the future, watches this or is like still watching this live or whatever, will actually, the artworks because you can definitely give good examples of them because you do have a lot of good art, and you've been doing art for how long now?
Ever since I was in sixth grade, actually, I started practicing myself, like, and it's been improving ever since then. But yeah, I also make not safe for work artwork, people.
Yeah. So yeah, be aware of that. But
Yeah.
anyways, all right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching. And I'm gonna figure out what's gonna be happening for next week's episode. For this, of course, we'll all be back on the Raiders Rambles, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.